Hi everyone and welcome to SoapBox Live, week 34. I'm Alexandra, your host. This is our first ever live stream on YouTube and I'm streaming from SoapBox venue itself. Super excited, absolutely excited to be on here and to be doing the first show on YouTube. First off, we've got Wella Written, also known as Danny. He's going to be performing some of his spoken word and poetry, and he's going to be talking about his published poems as well. So let's bring him on.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you see me? Is it all good?
Yes, it's all good. Let me just do this. Okay. How are you?
I'm good. Just trying to connect my headphones properly so you don't echo. But I think we're all right. How are you? How are you feeling about the first ever YouTube live show?
So excited, and it's going well. I can see we are currently live. Look at that.
We are currently live.
Okay.
Live and direct.
Live and direct. Yeah. So you're published now. How does that feel?
I am. I've got it here actually. Thought I'd plug it. Yeah, it's a bit of a crazy experience to be honest. I got invited to take part in this poetry competition in India. Online, obviously. I didn't travel to India for it. And I came second. And like some really incredible poets doing poems in Hindi and Gujarati and English. I couldn't understand all of them, but sometimes you just got to go with the rhythm and the beauty of the language, even if you can't understand it. But the prize for the second place was getting 3 poems published in this anthology. So yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Super exciting stuff. Right. Yeah. You know what? Danny, as anyone knows that has been following SoapBox Live for the last, 18 months. He's been here on the show before and has been a pleasure to always have you. And I'm very happy that we've got someone that we know on our first YouTube. And also you're the first act for YouTube. So that's pretty cool.
It's an honor and a pleasure always. Got big love for SoapBox, big love for you. So always happy to come on and grace your stage, as it were.
Thanks. And I'm so happy to always have you on.
Thank you.
So, you know what? Take it away with your first spoken word. Just gonna
make
the screen bigger.
This is my first performance after a while. So I'm gonna come in with a new one that I wrote today. Actually, it got inspired by coming on. I wrote a poem, and it's for a lost love because I'm in a bit of a romantic mood. And I've me, I tend to write kind of almost like spoken word, almost hip hop inspired poetry, but I've been reading a lot of classical poetry recently, so it's a bit more standard poetry. So it's called Troubled Waters. No matter how troubled the waters, I wish to dive back in. However fierce the waves may break, tranquility lies within. Your waters quench my dried out heart, fill the wasteland with your beauty. Alone you plotted the course and charts, setting me back upon my path. So I flick through the pages of your life and find false joy covers deeper strife. I once feared to take the leap, but now my heart is yours to keep. Another ship sails upon your seas, prowl calming troubled waters, and I wait upon lonely cliff, admiring all Ran's daughters. Yet my beacon still stands tall above the sands, and I hope to one day turn and see that the wind and waves still call for me. And with beacon lit and heart ablaze, our third star will rise from fiery haze. Thank you. That was Troubled Waters.
Oh, I really like that. Look,
thank you.
You guys, you can see how excited I am. Like, you can put captions on. It's absolutely.
No, that one.
Look at that, plugging it.
Troubled Waters. I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, you can. Don't tell me, anyone, that you don't know how to follow Danny when I've just plugged it twice now. So
exactly.
There we go. At Wella Written.
Drop me a follow
on Instagram if you want to follow more poetry and spoken words. So you said that you're a bit of a romantic when it comes to.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a romantic. I tend to. Well, it depends because you know me. I write a lot of political poetry. I also write romantic poetry and personal poetry. And I think the world's been very political recently, and I've written I'm used to writing political poetry and resistance poetry, but I think I had needed a time for a bit of reflection on my love life, and yeah, that was what inspired this one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good. I enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
So, you've just graduated.
I have from Oxford University of all places.
And how does that feel?
It's a bit mental. I can't lie. Like after having something so much of a part of your life for 4 years, and then it just being gone is, as you can imagine, anything is pretty insane. But as well, with Oxford being like it's so involved, you're only there for 8 weeks at a time because of term time, and it's just so intense. And after having all that stress release, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I'm catching up on much needed sleep, I can't lie.
Congratulations. I mean,
thank you.
Like, hard work pays off, and you made it to the kind of final round, and
yeah,
you did it. Are you excited for the whole ceremony?
I am. It's going to be, I've seen my brother do it because he did his PhD at Oxford, and it's a very strange ceremony. Like, you all got to get dressed up in your robes, and they speak Latin words over you and tap you on the head with a book, and it's all very old world in the middle of, going from London being a modern and vibrant place to the kind of ancient halls of Oxford. It's going to be a weird transition back again.
What is it? If you don't get tapped on the head, then you're...
Yeah, so there's matriculation and graduation. Matriculation is very Oxford and Cambridge kind of thing. It's like, if you don't matriculate, which is your entrance into university, you can't graduate. And if you don't do this ceremony at the end, you don't actually graduate. You're just someone
in limbo.
A degree. Yeah, basically.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your next poem about?
So this next poem, I don't know if I've done this one for you before, but so like I love poetry. I think it's great. I think it's for everyone. And so when kind of in the last lockdown, everyone was doing lives, I'd go on all the lives for anyone. So I wanted to kind of get myself out there and get poetry out there and get people to kind of see it. But some people didn't like when you came on and did poetry. And I got cut from a live halfway through doing a poem. And he said he didn't want poetry, he only wanted rap on his live. So I wrote this poem after I got cut and then went on another live and performed it. So this is just rap, no cat.
I hope it's all censored, right?
Oh, of course.
Great.
How dare you tell me what art is and what it can be? Who made you the all-knowing authority? Yeah, I'm only here for rap. None of those Shakespeare vibes for me. Well, what do you think rap stands for, huh? It's rhythm and poetry. So while you sit in your ignorance and petty insecurities, I'm gonna expand my horizons from sea to shining sea. Rap is poetry's child who has made its parents proud, letting working class kids speak their message loud, descended from the stories and campfires of the wild. So when your bars rhyme as line follows line, that's poetry, my friend, passed down through time. Around fires and in halls, warriors proud and tall would sit in expectant awe at the tales the poet had in store. So don't forget your roots. Without poetry, rap is nothing. And I pity your hateful words. They're empty, meaningless, bluffing. Thank you.
Ooh, yeah, you told him.
Yeah.
I can't believe someone could actually do that. Like, I think it's just, even if you don't like something, you've invited someone on to perform, and you should let them perform it out. And
exactly.
Just
exactly.
let it be. And I don't know who's trying to make a...
I've had people on my lives come on and I didn't like what they were doing. It wasn't my exact style, but you give the artist their time.
Exactly. That's the job of a host.
Exactly.
You're supposed to just allow the space to be open and comfortable, and free of any judgment, to be honest.
Exactly. It was really confusing. He asked me what I was going to do before, and I said spoken word poetry, and he said, "Oh, that's fine," and then cut me.
Nah, not cool.
And that Shakespeare quote was a direct quote.
Oh, cool.
He didn't want any of those Shakespeare vibes.
Wow. Okay. Well, Shakespeare's a legend, so
yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
I get called MC Shakespeare a lot when I go on lives.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool little stage name.
So, what are you kind of looking forward to now, since you've graduated?
Well, I have got a job in China in October teaching English for a year. I've been wanting to travel for ages, and I mentioned when I applied, I mentioned about poetry, like I'm a spoken word artist, and they were like, when I was in my interview, they're like, oh yeah, you could start a spoken word club at the school and stuff like that, and there's big opportunities for music and spoken word in China, so it looks like to be quite an exciting time, to be honest.
Oh, that is super exciting.
Yeah.
That would be so cool to create your own kind of spoken word club and teach
Yeah, exactly.
the younger generation the power of spoken art.
Mm.
It's therapy, isn't it? So
Definitely.
it's free therapy.
That's why I started doing spoken word, to deal with issues I had in my own life. And honestly, anyone watching who's dealing with stuff and who needs a helping hand from themselves, then put it on paper. It doesn't have to rhyme, doesn't have to look like anything. It is what your thoughts, and if you want to put that into a more kind of rhythmic, poetic form, that's entirely up to you. But writing your stuff down always helps.
100%. Even if you can't be bothered to handwrite it, even typing it out is super
I type
cool.
stuff. I don't handwrite. My handwriting's terrible. If I handwrote stuff, you won't be able to read my poetry.
It'd be like,
Huh?
is that orange or porridge?
Exactly. It's that. Yeah. I think I've ever used orange or porridge in my poems, but I'm gonna write a poem for you, and I'm gonna use orange and porridge in there.
Oh, nice. Orange porridge.
Orange
Great.
porridge. Orange porridge. It's almost like a flying jumper of a poem.
Okay. The reason why he mentioned this is that before we came on live, I was telling Danny that I wrote a short story about flying jumpers. So he just made a inside joke.
And Alex got published, so everyone should sing her praises, because I certainly do. So not only are you a singer and a songwriter and incredible in both those things, you're also published as a story writer. You are a woman of many talents, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think we've got enough time for one last one.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna read from my book, which I never thought. That's a crazy statement.
That's what publishers do, don't they?
I know, it's a crazy thing to say. I'm gonna read from my book. Mad. Which one am I gonna do? Okay, we've had two kind of serious ones, so I'll do a less serious one. I know I've done this for you before. Underground troops. 6 deep and 3 abreast, the squad of weary warriors rest. Tense they wait before final gate, an end to long campaign. Cobbled together for final assault, unknown but not dissimilar. Newly met on homeward field, but faces do seem familiar. A glance they share here and there of unspoken understanding, congealing with deep respect for those still left standing. Many comrades lost on earlier fields of battle and of fray, but those left did not yield. It is finally their day. And through sweat and tears, many challenges faced, through draining fear of loss, curses, cuts, and many scrapes, with many bridges crossed, and many gates breached, and long roads marched, with voices raised in crescendo cries, thirsty throats still parched, under watching eyes of enemy spies. Crammed into transports, pressed up against comrades so close that even their scent is lost, in melting pot of sweat, never mind their own identity. Swept away in human tide, doing what they can to pass the time, always wondering how long till mine. Sword-edged sharp breaths slice from parching throats. In heavy silence still they wait as the engines do their work. With final crack, the gates are breached, up they rise, sighing war cries of triumphant relief. And as one they charge through breaching gate, with weapons raised and steady, spurred on by general's rallying cry, please have your tickets ready. Thank you very much.
Got to mute myself.
Has the sound gone on my end? Have I done it wrong?
No. Just muted myself. Oh, yeah, what a great poem. It really builds a vivid picture. And I like the tickets ready at the end. It's nice.
Inspired by the London Underground we all love.
Yeah, oh no. No, we do enjoy the London. I mean, to be fair, it gets us around.
It does. I haven't been in it for about 6 months because of Oxford and of terror that I'm going to get COVID. But I'll return one day.
Just wash your hands, wear a
Exactly.
mask, you'll be fine.
Wash everything.
You'll be fine. Well, thank you so much,
My
Danny, for
absolute
coming
pleasure.
on. Follow Weather Written. Congrats for being our first act on the show.
Thank you so much.
And obviously, we will see you soon, hopefully in
Definitely.
the venue.
That's the dream.
As soon as restrictions ease, we'll get you right in.
Love it.
But yeah, always a pleasure. Thank you, and have a
Big love to you.
Enjoy the game.
I will. Big love to you. Big love to SoapBox. Everyone go follow SoapBox. They do amazing stuff. Make sure you go check them out. Peace. Big love.
See ya. Bye. So now we have Gracious Tequila. Let's get the tag going. How are you?
Yeah, not too shabby. I forgot that I had to make dinner for my family today. So I literally just, when the recipe says we'll take 30 minutes and you're thinking, oh, I've definitely got at least double that. Somehow had to half it, but...
Did you manage to cook dinner for your family then?
Oh, it's going to be scrumptious.
What are you cooking?
It's like a maple roasted aubergine madras. All types of mad, yeah.
And who says vegan food can't be good food, right?
That.
Sounds amazing. Well, anytime you hear maple, you can just see the word.
Yeah.
It's glazed.
Yeah. I'm reading recently about how maple syrup is actually formed and like the amount of sap you have to tap out of a maple tree to concentrate it. Oh, wow.
It's insane. Is it a lot of hard work?
Yeah. One day I really want to make my own maple syrup.
Oh, you will. Of course you will.
This farm life goal that I have ahead of me.
I love that. The start of you coming on is we're talking about maple syrup.
Yeah.
You know what?
Out one with the trees and that.
Gracious, you're a singer. You've been on the show before. This is your first time, obviously, on YouTube. How are you feeling about life, about music?
Yeah, feeling okay. It's I was thinking, am I entering like another cycle of depression? Then I realized periods due in like 2 days, and I've only done one run in like 4 days. So all I have to do is do more exercise.
More exercise and you'll be fine.
Yeah, so feeling great about life. But once upon a time, I would have just spiraled down. So very important to just be aware of what's going on inside our bodies, what we're doing with our bodies. Very important.
What you're consuming, what you're drinking. Are you drinking enough water? Are you sleeping? Mental health, it comes with your body as well.
Yeah, we think our diet is just what we eat, what we drink. Diet is every input, everything. The TV, the books. If you're known to read books, all of that. But about music, feeling good. I've been working recently at 484 Studios in Croydon, and the owner there wanted me to come in and basically started recording an EP with them off the back of a couple of sessions. So I was, a bit of imposter syndrome, like, really, you want me to come in? But yeah, no, I've been having a lot of fun with that. Both of them there, Joel, the owner, and Michael, the kind of in-house engineer. Really great guys. Tunes in and committed to the work. So yeah, no, that's been good.
That's super exciting. You're working on an EP. Hopefully it will get released by the end of this year, maybe earlier.
Yeah, we'll see. I've still got the 3 other projects that I've been working on. Yeah. But the producer of that is now big finance guy at Barclays and all of that, so trying to get the time in.
I remember you mentioning it's always about balancing the kind of work life and the creative actual passion that you want to have in your life. But you know what? Let's hear one of your songs. Which one are you going to be performing?
What should we go with first? Let's go with the kind of like up-tempo one first. Why not?
Which one? Is Sad at Home or Empty?
So this is Empty. So I released my first EP at the beginning of this year. This song is off of that. A producer at my university randomly messaged me, asked for the stems, and then made this remix. which I'm in love with. So yeah, let's get it. So high, so high, I'm so high, but baby, I'm so high, but baby, I'm so high, so high, I'm so high, so high. Space inside of beautiful, hidden depths just cast. I'm leaving now, don't act surprised. I'm leaving now, don't act surprised. You must have seen this coming, boy. It wasn't something I tried to hide. So from the start, I'm not a fan of mankind. My love for you was just a lie I like to keep, but I'm empty. I have no feelings, numb to the core. Love's not one of my flaws. Oh yeah, I'm empty, can't compromise. You're just playing my ball, falling for my life. You're just playing my ball, falling for my life. You thought your words were gonna fill this space, but you got nothing new I want to hear. Stop wasting time trying to change me with your see-through ways. You got me wrong, so stop holding on. There's nothing here, 'cause I'm empty. I have no feeling, numb to the core. Love's not one of my flaws. Oh yeah, I'm empty, can't compromise. Just play on my phone. I'm so high, I'm so high, I'm so high. And you can see from the smile on my face how happy I am with that song.
Oh, I loved it. Oh, I really like the beat. The beat's sick.
Yeah, he really flipped the song completely. And I just love the kind of like garagey, more housey. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it's all finished and mixed and mastered, we're gonna release that together and do a little video for it this summer.
Oh, that's
With the
super
plan.
exciting. Well, have you
oh,
already
yeah.
like envisioned what it's going to look like?
Yeah, so there's this really great videographer called Honey JD. Don't know. My friend from school, Noah, is part of Loud House. Just name dropping these things. Don't know if you know them. Anyway, but he's a videographer with Loud House, and yeah, he's got really. I don't know. I just feel like his visuals match the feel of the song. So hopefully, you're gonna hit him up and do a video with them.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's really exciting. I want to do a music video. I haven't done one yet. I need to get into shape. I need to start. Working. Find the time. You know.
Yeah, that dancey one that you put up on your story a while back.
Which dancey one?
There was a dancey one, and you're like,
oh, the D&B
one. Want to perform this? Yes.
Oh.
Now you know that one.
Yeah, the one that we want to do in a rave tent in a festival.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah. Well,
I want to be there for that. That one's going on.
Just can't wait for these festivals to arrive.
I know.
COVID.
Are you going to any festivals this season? Have you got any tickets? God willing, they go ahead.
God willing. But the thing is, like, it's just really difficult. I don't want to risk paying for a ticket and then to be disappointed for it to get cancelled. So I'm just waiting for everything to just, you know, open up properly. Everyone's, you know, happy, healthy, and just, you know, without let's go into another lockdown. And, but why? People are suffering in lockdown, so. But
that's a whole can of worms. That one.
Let's, you know, put that aside for a private conversation. But yeah, can't wait for festivals and can't wait for gigs. I mean, I work in a blues bar where we have live music every single day, so I'm super like thankful that I get to listen to music while serving customers. So it's just brilliant.
Yeah, that's a dream.
But yeah, I just want to be able to sit down and actually enjoy young artists to come and perform, and actually them getting paid to be performing, you know. Yeah. So, okay, let's take it to your next song.
Let's do it. So this one, we'll take it right down. This is my remix of Calling My Phone.
Calling My Phone?
Yeah, I tell a lie because I need to just get the beat. So Calling My Phone. So this is the Black and Lil TJ song that went off a few months ago. I first heard this song in the studio. We were at Pirate Studios, put this song on, video, everything, and I was just like, oh, I need to do a remix of this. And literally wrote it just within a few hours. Got it out. Yeah. It's up on SoundCloud. Check that out. What? Yeah, let's get it. I'm selfish, baby. Baby girl is so toxic. You say you play your part and then you flip it. Thought I found my way and then I lost it. So lost in you. I come free, I jump through her. Cause I want you to take my aim and shoot. Pull up on you, so come free, forbidden fruit. So I found my holy truth, and I find out how much you lied to me. Not once, but twice, 3 times, yeah, you've been switching sides on me. At least that's what this real in my mind's eye plays. What this voice inside says. Inhale, pray for quiet as I blow through the haze. More time on my own, getting louder for days and days. No one's ever got me like Mary Jane. But I still do it for you like Drake. I feel away, I feel away.
Now I get it. Of course you want to do a song to this track. Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah, that was a bit of me.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank
I really
you.
like that. Oh, wish I could see you on stage doing it. But this is all good. So I'm happy with this. You know, get to meet people, and you know what? Like you get to know people a little bit better. As well, you actually get to know a bit of the background and stuff, and you're actually doing a doctor's.
I'm
studying. You're a resident, right?
Not quite. I will be a doctor in 1 year's time. I'm just entering into my final year of medicine.
That is
now,
scary.
26th of July, the final year begins. because we begin our academic year in the summertime.
That's so sad.
But you can't complain, because as soon as it comes to working life, like, there's not really a summertime, is there? So
No, not at all.
grateful for the
excited?
3 weeks off. Yeah, I am. It's a very privileged position to be in as a doctor, as tricky as it has been, obviously, over the past year, and always it comes with a lot of difficulties being a doctor. But yeah, such a privilege to get to speak to people about just I feel like people just will let anything out and offload to their doctor. So it's
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
The doctors look at me like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
well,
negative
we're
experiences with
in
healthcare
a
industry.
office where no one else is here, and there's awkward silences, so of course I'm going to talk.
Yeah. Yes, I feel like, I don't know. There's but there's more than two types of doctor. But some people in medical school definitely have the kind of personal, the human side of it. Whereas there are definitely some doctors who it's literally just all about the science and the books, and then it comes to actually the caring side of being a doctor, and that takes a little bit more work in some cases. But it's always useful to come across doctors like that and learn from them in the same way. Yeah.
100%. Well, unfortunately, this is all that we've got time for, but I would be
Thank
so
you so
happy
much
to
for
have
having
you in the venue, and please invite me to any of your gigs and plug all your music. I'll be listening to it. Thank you so much for coming onto the show. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, get some sleep, get some good food, enjoy your dinner, enjoy your maple aubergine. Oh, can't wait for you.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
So yeah, I'm just going to plug the tag just before. Gracious the Healer, singer. Follow her on Instagram. See you soon.
Love.
Bye. Next up, we've got Yan Toby. Let's bring the screen round. Still working it all out. How are you doing?
I am doing well. Thank you very much. How are you?
Good. It's going all smoothly. Everyone's on it. Good internet, good sounds. It's going well. I hope
it's
everyone
looking crisp.
watching. Yeah, we've got 31 people watching, which is really good.
Yeah.
For a first
good
live
audience.
show. And obviously we've only promoted it for less than 24 hours. So and good
turnout's big.
So how was your day?
My day's been really, really good. Just spent most of it at work. Spent most of it promoting as well. Just trying to keep creative. Discovered a new song that's just constantly ringing in my head, and obviously preparing for the football today. So that's pretty big for me. That's my day in a nutshell.
I think it's been a beautiful day. We haven't had rain. I'm so happy. So happy there has been no rain today. Even though it said on BBC, it might be raining. And I'm like, please, no, please, no.
Nah. No rain today. No rain today.
No
Just
rain
sun.
today. Just sun.
Just sun.
Hopefully England wins. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get to that final, man. Let's do it.
We need to bring it home. But yeah, let's talk about you rather than football.
Yeah.
All right, so you're an actor and a rapper, and you're currently working on your show Blood that you'll be performing this month. Buy your tickets, guys. What's it about?
So, Blood is a project I started writing in 2018 in my final year of drama school, and it basically follows the life of a young boy called Daniel and chronicles his life from age 16 to 27. And basically, he's grown up in quite a rough urban environment, sort of like the hood. And the problem with the hood is that to the outside people, anybody who comes from the hood is automatically this roadman or this criminal and so forth. And it's having to deal with those stereotypes about how somebody talks, how somebody walks, how they just navigate life and stuff like that. And this character tries to be as good as he can. He tries to keep within the law. He tries to keep his life, you know, right on the straight and narrow. And it doesn't seem to be working because these people just see him as, rah, you're that hood guy from that place. And he can't seem to escape that. And it just explores his frustration at wanting to be himself, but not really having to be himself as a black man, but also just as a man who comes from a particular area. So that's more or less the play in a nutshell. It's full of rap, full of prose, full of poetry, just to accentuate the point. And because it's, you know, like rap is like sort of like at the forefront of the world at the moment, I would say. So that is Blood.
Sounds really, really interesting in the sense of you're mixing all sorts of kind of creative mediums into a one-man show, and you're gonna kill it. I'm super excited for you to perform it and show it and share it with your friends and family and anyone else that might be interested in coming down to watch it. What date is it again? The 29th?
So on the 29th is my premiere at Iris Theatre in Covent Garden, 7:30. And then I have a run at the Hope Theatre from the 2nd to the 5th of August. Buy your tickets ASAP because I need your sales.
Yeah, I'm going to come to the August one. That's when I can actually make it. So I didn't know. I thought you were only doing the one show. And I was like, oh no, I can't.
No, I got
I
blessed
need a
with
couple
more.
of days. That's so
We give thanks.
exciting. Wicked. Thank God. I can actually watch it in August. I'm super excited to see you perform it. So, you're going to give us a little sneak peek, right?
Yes, I am. Yes. I'm going to give you the beginning of part one, which is basically more or less the introduction to the play and what I'm going to be talking about and just dwelling on certain memories. It's quite personal to me, quite personal to people that I know, that I grew up with, and that I went to school with. So yeah, this bit is like quite integral to the plot.
Take it away.
All right. London, the greatest city in which I grew in secondary school, where all gossip was like the Metro News. BBM broadcasts, cussing matches at noon. I mean, dude, secondary school was harsh, fam, because everybody got slewed. I mean, you would be screwed if you had shiny shoes or shoes that looked like they could talk and ask for food. Battered beyond repair between rainforests and jungles it went through. So shoes from shoes on, my brother, that will not do. There was no such thing as innocence in the classroom. You were loud, disruptive, active, trying to be hood. Trying to figure out the secrets of life if you could, and you might hate the class, but you realize that life is still good. As a child in London at first, life is good. In the twilight zone of the honeymoon stage, the peak of childhood, it shines like sun rays, and in the moonlight, the light, it never fades, it just remains in anticipation for the very next day. I miss being a kid, man. But the place I grew up in was far different from school. A reality shielded and admonished that involved doom. Drugs, beef, violence, and crime always seemed to be part of the room, and you would be lucky if you were oblivious to crime's womb. Certain men seemed to be gestating in it. These men were from the place where you could get your phone snatched by man in black clad in hoodies and baddies and shanks. Better get used to headphones and wireless mics, because if you don't clutch your phone tight, you'll hear motorbikes. It's free game out here in the place. It's a concrete jungle. They'll test your metal with metal. They won't use muscle. Because who in the hell said we're still in the old days? Fight with what fists when I could get you murdered up in this place? We get called criminals, but it's never survival reprisal. If you touch my disciple, fam, it is a vicious cycle. I'm from the dodgy part of the neighborhood that people always avoid. The birthplace of bad breed, slang, and loud noise. Bomber jackets and bandanas surrounded by the smell of weed, and you make the connection quickly by the nice trainers on their feet. Those who don't understand it want to be a part of it, and those who do understand it do everything they can to leave it. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's the first place I fell in love with. The hood.
Damn! Wow, that was intense. You were
Thank you.
prepared for this show. You were
Yes,
so
yeah,
prepared to perform this. Oh my god, I'm so
yeah.
excited for you.
It is my heart and soul.
Oh, that was powerful. And I
Thank
can
you.
only imagine when you're actually on the stage with the lights, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I literally got goosebumps, mate, all over myself. I was like, whoa. And you're super clear. I understood
Yeah.
every single word. And
Hmm.
I love that because I hate when I'm watching something, whether it's live or not live, whether it's
Yeah.
recorded, and you just don't understand what the person's saying. It's like you need subtitles for them. And I don't want to have
Yeah.
subtitles when I'm trying to, enjoy easily. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be easy to understand and easy to follow a story in a sense. Because a lot of people are lazy. We're a lazy generation. We don't want to
Yes,
think.
we are.
We just want to be told exactly what to think. So, yeah.
Exactly. Got to forge your own path, man.
Oh, I really enjoyed that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
No problem. Thank you for
So
having me.
you're working on Blood. Is there anything else that you're working on at the moment?
I would say that I am working on the piece After Blood. I'm going to hold that close to the chest because I don't want to reveal anything just yet. I'd rather keep the interest in blood. Um, Also working on some music as well,
Oh yeah.
um, and a new comic book at some point. I'm working on quite a few things, but blood obviously has my heart and attention for the time being. But I would say the most important thing would be the music because it's quite closely related to blood. And that's something that I want to take a little bit further. I've neglected it a bit in the past, and it might be nice to take up.
Will you be featuring any kind of music during your performance?
That is a secret. If the people watching this decide to come, they will find out exactly what my plan is, and my plan is sick. So, like, why I have to keep something secret. I'm like
Of
Marvel.
course.
I'm like, can't reveal the secrets just yet. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
to keep it close to the chest. It's super important. So you're working on your music that's closely connected to blood.
Hmm.
Is there anything that people should check out now? Obviously, buy your tickets. Whether you can't make it on the
Hmm.
29th, is the 2nd to the 5th of August, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Um,
can grab it. Is the link in your bio on your Instagram, right? Because I popped it
yeah,
on
the
there.
link is in my bio. So that's for the 29th, and for the Camden Fringe, that can easily be found. Just Blood, BLUD, Camden Fringe ticket should pop up right there.
Wicked. Thank you so much. So,
Hmm.
and also check out Jan Toby's music on Spotify.
Hmm.
Plug it in for me, please.
Yep. It is called, the name is called Talla, Talla. I am sharing a name with someone in, I think, Denmark, which is going to be very sweet when we thrash them in football today. But yeah, Talla, I just released a new song called Good Love. It's really close to my heart, one of my favorite songs that I've made so far. Check that out. Talla on Spotify.
Wicked. Thank you so much for coming on, as always. It's been a pleasure. Good luck for the 29th. You're going to kill it. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And enjoy the game. Let's hope England win.
I shall. I hope we win. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Speak soon. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
So next up, we've got international beatboxing champion Hobbit, and let's bring him on. Gotta change the screen. Boom, boom, boom. That's how you do it. Wicked.
There we go. You should be able to hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you now. How you doing?
Yeah, very well. How are you?
Yeah, good, good. The show's been going well. I'm so happy.
The crowd go wild. Millions and millions.
Oh, let's hope so. I mean, we've got 31 people watching, which is not
Hey,
that bad.
that's pretty good considering we're, just over an hour away from the England game. That's pretty good numbers.
I literally did a post and I said, guys, I know the footy's on, but the show's on from 6, so you can watch it at the pub.
Yeah.
Or wherever you're going to be watching it. Sorry, not supposed to say pub for an orange juice.
Place. External place, maybe.
And just, you know, watch it. And
Yeah.
then
It's like
then you have
pre-game,
food.
little pre-game ritual,
Exactly.
get you in the mood.
Why not? So, Hobbit.
Yes.
Or Jack. I don't know, how would you like to be referred to?
Well, you know, I don't mind. Hobbit is my artist name. My mum calls me Jack, and that's about it, really.
All right, I'll refer to you as Hobbit. You've been beatboxing for how long?
For quite a while now, since 2003, so about 17 years.
Wow, that's a long
Yeah.
time. And how did you even get into beatboxing?
How did I get into it? So, well, both my parents are musicians, so I had a lot of music kind of growing up within the household, and I was always kind of interested by rhythms and drums. Like whenever I listened to music, I'd always listen to the beat first, rather than somewhat the lyrics. And then when I was at school, I had this music room that in break time, we got to basically hang out there, and there was a drum kit, there was a little amp, and I started playing drums, and I was like, oh, this is quite fun. Picked up drums, was in a couple of bands at school, and then my mate at school said, oh, my brother's got this mixtape, which is a hip-hop mixtape, and it had this guy called Razel, who's a legendary beatboxer, who was beatboxing on it. And he was like, you kind of do some of that stuff. And I was making noises when I was remembering drum patterns and whatnot. And yeah, it kind of just went from there, and I got really intrigued by it. Stole my sister's electric guitar amp, and then annoyed my parents throughout a summer, and the rest, I guess, is history. And yeah, kind of just kept going with it. Started doing some small shows, and then got involved in the UK beatbox battle scene, met other beatboxers, went to jams, and yeah, now I'm here, still going strong.
Honestly, if you guys have never seen a beatboxing competition or performance, you have to. It's one of the most insane experiences, because people are doing the weirdest things with their voices. It's just like, and you can dance to it. Like,
Yeah.
people thinking that you just watch someone beatbox. No, you can actually go hard with your dance moves. You can
It's definitely
headbang,
one of
everything.
the most impactful, like, kind of musical art forms, in a sense that, you know, we play at different shows and festivals, and we played many festival stages once. We've got like just the family sat at the front, and you start and they're like, what is going on? And then by about 5 minutes in, everyone's like, because you hear it in the distance and you're like, that sounds like music, but that's not like a DJ or something, that's something different. And it really intrigues people. And yeah, it's certainly special in that way. And the beatbox scene around the world is huge, and it just it's like a cool little musical language that we all have, and anyone can do it as well. Anyone. I
tried. Honestly, I've tried.
Okay.
My brother does. My brother beatboxes.
There you go.
That's how I got him in. I said, yo, you beatbox. Let's go to the UK championship. That was obviously happened 2 years ago, just before pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So it was one of the most weirdest, coolest experience, and it was a great bonding, like, brother and sister time as well.
Yeah.
We both enjoyed it.
Exactly. So. It really is a great night at any beatbox event, especially the UK Beatbox Championships, which I'm very lucky to organise with a couple of other guys, MC Zany and Basics, and Dansu, and we have a great time organizing it and seeing the different audiences that we get. And the thing with beatboxing, it kind of transcends all ages. Like, it's not, you know, it's not just for kids, it's not just for teenagers, not just blah blah blah. It really, anyone can come and see it. It's great to go and hang out. It's a great date night, because it's like something so different, and it's a lot of fun, and amazing to see so much beatbox talent from everywhere.
Definitely. Speaking of beatboxing, could you show us perform something?
I'm sure I could. Yeah. I can give you a little taste, and a little pre-match beatbox session. All right. So, for anyone who doesn't know what beatboxing is creating all kinds of wonderful and strange and interesting sounds with your mouth and your mouth only, all of this kind of stuff. So the microphone's only here so that you can hear me through the interwebs. But yeah, I'm going to show you a bit of what I do, and I hope you enjoy. Watch out now. Watch out now. Yeah, boy. Sweet dreams, I'm made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for some, looking for some, looking for some. Sweet dreams, I'm a make. Sweep, 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 sweep. We did it again. We did it again. We did it again. We did it again. We did it again.
Wow. Oh where do you breathe?
So I've got a special backpack on that does it for me. So you can't see behind me.
That was insane. I thought it was going to be a snippet and then you just gave us a show. I was like, oh, wow.
Why not? Hey.
I really enjoyed that. Oh,
Thank you.
And Sweet Dreams is one of my favorite songs. So
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Yeah. It's the banger. It's the one that everyone joins in with. One of my favorites to do.
100%. Oh, wicked. Yeah, I just don't get how people breathe.
Well, there's a couple of tricks, a couple of trade secrets, I guess, of the beatboxing rather. So there's a lot of sounds that I do that are outwards, and then there's a lot of sounds that I do that are inwards. So, for example, three of the main kind of core sounds in beatboxing, which is a kick, a hi-hat, and a snare, similar to a drum kit. Your main kind of three sounds to make a beat. Two of those sounds are out, and one of them's in. So, one of them you can do is in. So the kick and the hi-hat, the and the are outwards. But then the snare or rim shot that I do, that's inwards. So I'm breathing in. So therefore, you're kind of cheating the breath. As long as you can work on the breath control, then those kind of beats you can keep doing forever, basically, because you're going. So you're constantly getting a breath in and you're constantly putting breath out. So you're getting that kind of almost like circular breathing in a way.
It's the same with when you're speaking a sentence, you're technically not breathing. You're
exactly.
saying
You don't think about it. And that's the beauty of it. You know, before before I was saying that beatboxing is like a language, and I really feel like it is, because you know, if you're bilingual, you know, you might speak two languages, but one's your kind of mother tongue that you might go back to, but then when you're thinking of the other language, you don't not necessarily have to think about it before you say it. You're just like, oh yeah, that means that in that language. And it's the same with beatboxing, where I know that now my mouth is going to do, but then if I do this, it's going to go, and you just get used to knowing where each of those sounds are. A lot of muscle memory, and a hell of a lot of practice.
Definitely, yeah. Oh wow, it's insane. Especially seeing the young kids that in the competition.
Yeah.
You see, because my favorite thing that happened was when they were battling, that if you repeated the same kind of beat, they would
Yeah.
pull you out. They'd be like,
Yeah.
second time,
2 times.
ow, ow.
Yeah,
They were just
it's
like,
so
yeah,
great.
it was
I
the
love
second
that.
time.
I love it so much, and I love how the beatbox community is very inviting for new people to come in, and very encouraging of that, especially in the UK anyway. And yeah, like you say, in the UK championships, we have an under 18 category where we really do encourage the kind of new generation to come through. And there's been some beatboxers who have really made a name for themselves now, who started within that category and then went on to win bigger championships and all of this. And the beautiful thing about beatbox battles is that on stage you might hate the person you're battling and be like, oh no, that was rubbish, or you did that 2 times, nah, come on, you know, whatever. But then straight after it's done, it's a hug and like massive props to the opponent. And yeah, I really love that about it. And the fact that, yeah, younger generation are getting involved, and you know, some of these new kids who are starting are better than some of us old guys who are doing bits. It's quite scary, but also very I feel like a kind of proud father in a way.
100%. Well, thank you so much, Hobbit, for coming on and performing and talking a little bit about the beatboxing industry. It's been an absolute pleasure. I really enjoyed that performance.
Thank you.
I'm going to be trying to beatbox now for the rest of the night.
Do it. You can do it.
Like
annoy people everywhere you go.
For the England game, I'll probably like incorporate.
Just do all the sound.
Oh,
England.
come on.
Just do that in the background. It's the best.
Fair. Well, yeah, thank you so much. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
And yeah, all the best.
Wicked.
It was a pleasure having you on.
Thank you. Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So that's the end of the show. I'm just going to pop everyone's tags that have been on the show. So you've got Wella Written, Graciously Healer, Jan Toby, BeatBox Hobbit. Follow them, give them a follow, give them some support. You know, everyone's doing amazing things this year, and we need to support the creative industry, not just the footy, even though that's all we've been talking about, but not much. Anyway, thanks for watching our first ever live YouTube live stream, all sorts. I've been Alexandra, your host, and always a pleasure. See you soon. Bye.